extremely professional, a true patriot in the truest sense, from the heart of America here in Ohio, and he took great care, being a senior NCO, and looking out for the airmen that he was responsible for. Took great care in preparing and planning for the mission that he was executing that night, and truly an example for all airmen to look at, no matter if you're an officer enlisted, to look and strive to be like.
So why is this highway dedication a good way to honor a fallen?
I think for at least the state of Ohio and those that transit Ohio is an opportunity for them to live in the ideals of what being an American is, and that is your patriotism and your faith to your country and your belief in our values. And this is one of those values that never forgetting a fallen, someone who sacrificed, a family who has sacrificed a son and a husband in this case. And now people who in this local community who know this family, they get to see a physical reminder of the sacrifice of him and his family. And for those that get an opportunity to visit with the family like we have, is to continue to live the Air Force ideal of never forgetting a fallen comrade. First and foremost, it's never easy because it's genuinely, you have so much care and compassion for the family and for your lost brother. So in one sense it's tough, but then in another sense it's exciting. It's filled with joy because we're living up to what we say the Air Force is all about, and that is never forget, a fallen member or their family. And so you have both ends of the spectrum covered. And I would say, in the same sense as the ceremony itself, to be able to do the national anthem and have Ohio Air National Guard F-16s fly over and go into afterburner really gets the blood pumping and flowing, and it really gives you that sound of freedom. And then at the end, to do the memorial push-ups, and for what that stands for our fallen, really brings it home on the commitment and sacrifice that this family has borne through the loss of their son. And so Master Sergeant McDaniel was part of a Air Force Special Operations team of Special Tactics members that were working with Army Special Forces personnel that were infiltrating an island in southern Philippines. There were two reasons why they were going into the island, and one was Abu Sayyaf terrorist group, and plus there were 2 American hostages being held by Abu Sayyaf. So the intent was to infiltrate 4 teams, establish an operating base, and then collect intelligence and successfully go after rescuing the Americans that were being held hostage, the Burnhams. And after the 4th infiltration of the teams into the island, the Army Special Operations helicopters that were leaving the island to go back to where they were staging from tragically crashed into the ocean and lost all personnel that night. So Sergeant McDaniel was living exactly what he trained to do, and that is to be part of an assault force going into an island to go rescue American hostages, and then also to counter the terrorist group Abu Sayyaf. And so a painful loss, tragic loss of not only the Army helicopter crew, but not only Bill McDaniel, but he also had one of his airmen that worked for him, Senior Airman Juan Riddau, was part of his team as well that was killed in that crash. So we lost 2, in our first 2 losses in special tactics in the war in terrorism. They were our first 2 losses, both those 2 airmen. Being in Air Force Special Operations Command, and specifically in special tactics, we're a very tight-knit and very selfish community on relationships with family. And when we say family, that means the local community, civic leaders as well, their friends and family members from all around. And so to be able to share with the mayor of Greenville, the mayor of New Madison, the folks from both those communities, the family friends, truly is our way to give back to them. They're the heartbeat of the nation, and it is our privilege and honor, and we're truly humbled to be able to be part of their life for a brief moment in time for a legacy of remembering Bill McDaniel's sacrifice.